There was one purpose for today in his diary: free food. That's exactly why he agreed to appear in the lavish wedding where money dripped from every corner. There was also something else dripping drool from his friend's mouth as he took in the ladies present there. Minhyuk, look at that. Beauties, rich, wealthy, and smart. That's exactly why I brought you here. He whispered to Jungkook. Apparently, Minhyuk was invited to a wedding and somehow convinced his dear friend Jungkook from his workplace to accompany him. Jungkook didn't reply. He stood there in white dress shirt tucked in his pants, which his friend forced him in because otherwise he definitely wouldn't mind wearing sweats to this expensive event. As Minhyuk and Jungkook stepped inside, he smirked. Minhyuk, they are staring at you. That's where his journey of convincing Jungkook to follow him along, meeting a few ladies started. Fast forward to 30 minutes, he was still at it. The ballroom was dripping with opulence. Crystal chandeliers, scattered light over gold, cladded pillars, silk gowns swirled in muted colors. At the center of it all, she stood, the queen of the blacksmith syndicate, Wine. It was her wedding day, and her groom had run. Not ran late, not had an accident. No, he had fled, taken his cowardly little heart, and disappeared before vows could be exchanged. Minhyuk, come on, man. I'll get you the cake later. With your looks, you can steal a woman and more. Just imagine power and money will be under your feet. Jungkook, look at this cake. It's like eating a cloud that went to culinary school. His friend rolled his eyes. He never wanted to murder food so badly before. Minhyuk, don't come crying when I ride a yacht tomorrow. Don't do anything weird. Jungkook waved him off, muttering around his fork. Jungkook, what could possibly be weird about me, cake, and... The shadow of a Shinigami fell over him before he could finish. Two men in short black outfits stood there, ice cold, shoulders squared like skyscrapers. You, one said. Jungkook looked up, fork halfway to his mouth, doe eyes. Me? Get up. The Shinigami commanded. Yet Jungkook didn't let go of the cake even for a second, like a child ready to go anywhere as long as his candy was not taken from him. The crowd parted like Red Sea, whispers curling through the air. Wine's gaze followed the movement. Her eyes narrowed when she saw what her guards were dragging towards her. A man, not her man though. He looked widely out of the place, suit slightly wrinkled, hair neat but not styled for an event like this, glasses slipping through his nose, and he was holding a dessert plate in one hand like it was lifetime. Jungkook scrunched his nose as his eyes the bride. She was beautiful, maybe more majestic than any woman he had ever seen in his life, and he agreed the cake belonged to the queen. But they should have told him that nicely. Stupid peeps. JK, available? This one is mine, you giant head. He moved the plate behind his back, eyes flickered over him like a hunter eyeing its prey, upside down, and Jungkook straightened. Hunted or not, bad posture was wrong for such event. Jungkook, he replied. Wine, can you stand without shaking, Jungkook? He then realized his hand holding the cake plate was trembling. JK, it's called sugar tremors. I'm being kept away from my cake for long enough. For the first time that night, something almost like amusement flashed in her eyes. She stepped closer, the scent of her perfume like jasmine stepped in danger. Wine, stand at the altar. JK, what? No, I can't just. Wine, you see that over there? I'll let you have it. His eyes followed where she pointed, a whole huge chocolate cake. He dead ass looked at Wine in the eye as if doubting her. Any other human would be dead by now, but then he agreed. Just for the cake. The ceremony was short, it wasn't romantic, it wasn't sweet. It was a transaction. They stood together at the edge of the ballroom now, guests resuming their festivities, pretending the entire scene hadn't been insane. After a while, he found himself alone, the slightly loose, when his friend appeared, grinning like he had just won a lottery. Minhyuk, there you are, you traitor. Jigga, traitor? I'm the victim here. I was literally dragged to the altar. Minhyuk, dragged? My man, you walked in for free cake and now you're walking out with a Mafia Queen. The winner takes it all, huh? JK, winner? Go touch some grass. She looked at me like I was a stray cat. Minhyuk, yet here you are wearing her ring. Do you even realize the gossip in there right now? Half of those men will kill to be you. The other half are just waiting for her to kill you. But none of them dare to do it themselves. JK, that's comforting. Minhyuk, Your Majesty, your skirt his hair. Have fun banging. Eating cake. He teased and escaped when the same guard from earlier came back. Jungkook stepped out of the hall and found his wife standing there. Now that he truly looked at her, she was not only beautiful, but she reflected some great aura of power. Did he just dump talk that moment about a chocolate cake? JK, motivated would be the right word. I'm planning to make that Shimigami, whatever his name is, clean my bathroom tonight. Mine didn't say a word. It was just an attempt at dry humor, but okay. He was definitely doing that now. Revenge time. JK, you want me to live in the manor now? I'm a game developer. I work and breathe games and code. My whole home reeks of technology and gaming space. Unless you get that in the manor, I am not leaving my home. One, is that cake far too kind of demand? One had decided to name his every demand cake because if this man can marry for cake, he can do anything for cake. JK, yes, pulling back against a black Rolls Royce which he believed belonged to Wyan. Wyan held her dress and took a step, and Jungkook immediately stepped forward, holding out his hand as if being a gentleman was in his blood. Wyan was surprised, maybe because she definitely was not expecting such gestures from a husband she forced. Wyan, thanks. He helped her as she took a seat on the chair. He also helped her dress and poured her the glass of water she was probably going to have. Wine, so you have no grudges, no ulterior motives. JK, I agreed for this, and now that I did, I'm planning to work on it. Wine, how are you planning to do that? Jungkook smirked and placed his hand on the armrest of Wine's chair, leaned down to her level, and Wine didn't bite an eyelash. JK, like I said, I game and code. I have my ways. And they made an eye contact. It was fierce, like the world would burn around them and they wouldn't bat an eyelash. And that's exactly what happened in the next moment. He didn't realize when Vine slipped the gun out of the band tucked around her thigh, when she held it over his shoulder and shot somewhere behind him, maintaining eye contact. He looked back to see that same Shimigami dude, now holding his bleeding hand. The man bowed and left. No word was needed for him to understand, but JK? Jack, what? One, apparently I didn't like him when I shall be having an alone time with my husband. Jungkook blinked, clearly taken aback. That's how these people set boundaries? Shooting? Before he could react, Wine grabbed his collar and pulled him closer until he was inches away from her. Wine, I'll teach you how to use guns and then one day you can teach me how to play those games of yours. He smiled, playful and wicked, yet deep. Jungkook, yes, your highness.